Hi, my name is Sam Dhanishekaran and welcome to this database lessons video series. In this video, we will talk about SGA of an Oracle database. SGA is System Global Area. That's the main memory of an Oracle database when the Oracle database is running. Okay, so when an Oracle instance starts, it creates it creates SGA according to the configuration in the memory of the host where the database server is running. Okay, so sometimes SGA is also referred as shared global area. Okay, SGA is system global area. It's also referred as shared global area. Okay, so this contains the data, right, uh, and the control information in the memory of the host where the database is running. Okay, and let's say if it is running in the memory and if it has some data and multiple users are connected to it, the users can share data here within the SGA instead of making the users to read from the disks. So this way, uh, the performance would be much better. For example, if one user queried a table and the data is still there, and if another user queries the same table, it doesn't have to read from hard drive because it's still there. Okay, so this is SGA. SGA is the main memory that gets set up each time when the instance is running, and every interaction to an Oracle database would be through SGA. Okay, so let's get into some details of SGA. Okay, so what happens when a user connects to the server? Okay, let's have a dedicated server. Okay, so when a user computer, okay, connects to the server, it opens a dedicated server process, and dedicated server process talks to the SGA. Okay, so when a user submits a query SQL, okay, the query gets stored here in shared pool. Okay, and this makes the SGA to go and fetch the data which is stored in the disks. Okay, I'm just putting the disk as like a disk. Okay, so and when the data comes, it goes to the data buffer, DB buffer cache. Okay, DB buffer, data buffer cache. Actually, it's not DB buffer. When it's commonly referred as DB buffer, it's actually data buffer cache. Okay, so the data goes in there in terms of blocks, and uh, so the data stays there, and then the data gets submitted back to the user. Okay, so the next time when another user comes and submits the same SQL, uh, since the previous SQL is already there and it's the same SQL, Oracle doesn't have to do parsing of that SQL because that SQL is already there and it's parsed. So that's the function of shared pool. Like now, it stores the SQL libraries. It's called library cache, and it also stores the information of stored procedures. Okay, and uh, mostly the contents of this area would be shared between different user connections. Okay, and uh, any modification of the data or any fetching of the data happens here, and from here it's constantly flushed to the data files. Okay, that's data buffer cache. And redo log buffer, so I mentioned earlier in one of the videos where when a data is modified and committed, sometimes the data will still be there in the, most of the times I would say data will still be there in the DB buffer, but it gets written to the redo log file. Okay, so and before getting written, it goes to the redo buffer, and from there it goes there. Okay, so this area is used to store the redo log entry data. Okay, and then there is this area which is called large pool, which is an optional area where it can be used for any large data operations. And Java pool, this is used by Java applications to store it, to store the Java code related information. And streams pool is used by Oracle Streams. Oracle Streams is an solution by Oracle for data replication. But however, these days being 2013, Oracle uses a product called Golden Gate, which it acquired a couple of years ago, and that product is being pushed as a frontline product for data replication. Okay, and results of big queries can also be stored as a cache, so that any subsequent similar queries will use the results. So this is a quick overview of SGA. So it has data buffer cache, shared pool for sharing the libraries, redo log buffer, large pool, Java pool, streams pool, result cache. Okay, so this entire thing is common to every user connection. Okay, remember, in a dedicated mode, let's say this is client PC. When it tries to connect to the host establishes a dedicated server process, right? And then that process connects to the SGA. Okay, in the next video I will explain what is PGA, which is actually located here in a dedicated server process. Thank you for watching.